Welcome back. This is going to be a little how-to video, and I'm going to show you how to make a pulley rig. So this is what I use for over rough ground fishing. Depends on tide, and depends what I'm fishing. I've caught hounds, rays, I've caught all sorts on it, huss, eels. So yeah, I'm going to do a little how-to video, and this is how I make my pulley rigs. So I'm going to move the camera, so it might be a bit jolty, but this is a little help you novices on how to make pulley rigs. So here we go. So start off with, I got a £100 rig body. So I don't have massive massive rigs, unless I'm up the channel maybe, or if the tide's pulling well, I might knock up a rig, a longer rig. So there's my £100 rig body, and the reason why you have a £100 rig body is to go towards your casting. So like with your shock leader, you need like every ounce is £10. So 1 ounce, £10, and so on and so on. So I get my imp first, and then I tie that on. I just use a normal blood knot. So I will show you how to do a blood knot in another video. Put it down, bit of sliver. What helps me is a little puller tool. So give that a bit of a pull, help the knot down. The reason why I use sliver it is so that the knot doesn't burn when it's going down, and it makes a weak spot in your line. I take the tag end off, so that's my imp on. So what I now do is get a bead, feed that on, pulley bead. You don't have to use a pulley bead, you can just use a normal swivel. Another bead on like so, and then I tie a swivel on. These are rated to about £100. I've got a new load that are rated to nearly £200 break and strain, and do the same. Normal blood knot. I only use blood knots, they've never let me down, and then pull that tight. I put my swivel on my puller, the other end, and give it a bit of a pulley pull. So you got your knot. Take off the little tag end. There's not much of a tag end on this one. If you do this at the beach, make sure you pick up your rubbish and take your tag end home and whatnot. So there's the rig body set up. So what I do, so I get a weight and connect it to my imp. So it's like so. And then, because with the weight on there, I grab the pulley bead, and when I put my trace on, I put the trace line on the other end of the swivel, and I get a rough idea how long I need my trace. So today I'm using £40 amnesia. So go for the eye, do my blood knot, I will explain on my other video how many wraps and why I do so many wraps and whatnot when you're doing your blood knot. Everyone does their own different knots. Pull that tight, like so. And then what I do now is get my pulley bead to my weight. You're out of shot, but I pull it up, and then what I do, you pull the line tight down to where the weight is, and you can see where the imp is. Then I just go up by the bead and then snip it. The reason for that is because it gives you a bit of leeway for the pulley, because you've got to think about the shank of the hook on the J hook, and then your knot, and then it makes it nice and tight once you clip up. So I'm using, there's 2.0 Sakumas, Top Gun circle. It's got an slightly offset hook. So you go, when you're doing your pulley panels, you get the eye and you go from the hook end, so the hook point, through the eye that way, because that, once you've got it all on and you bait it up and you do your wraps, it lays lovely down the back of the shank, and then it sits like so. So then I get my 2.0 Sakuma J hooks, which are the Manta Extras. Sakuma Manta Extras. I love my Sakumas. I've not had one fail on me. And I do the same. I go from the hook point through the eye. So like so. I don't know if it's just old habits from when I used to go carping. And then you do your blood knot. But yeah, when you're carping, you go that way through when you do your I can't remember what the knot is called. Because it helps the turn of the hook when you're carping or any coarse fishing. And you pull your knot tight again on your blood knot. Take your tag end off. Forgot to take the tag end off from that side. So that's my rig made up. So that's the rig all made. So what I do for prep, so you know you've got it all in line, get your imp, put your J hook there, and then I grab the pulley bead. So it sits in like so, and look, that's where my fingers are, it's my pulley bead, and then that's where the swivel is. So you've got about, I don't know, 5 centimeters of about 5 centimeters of your shock leader, or your rig body, sorry, and that's a lovely pulley rig. That's all made up. That'll be for possibly rays, hounds. They're only size 2.0 hooks. Yeah, a bit different for me. I've not done this before, like making my own rigs on camera. I've shown you my rigs, but I make all my own rigs. I will be doing a up and over. Maybe I'll probably do a pulley dropper. I don't use the pulley droppers, but I know how to make them and I have used them, but I never got on with them. So yeah, that is how to make a pulley rig, and I'll see you in the future making another one. Stay safe. See you later.